A superb comedian and a great actor, or a great actor and a superb comedian, because he is both. And he's got a new picture out right now called The Fisher King. Would you welcome Robin Williams?
Yeah.
Sorry. Obviously, you've just come from the late Emmett Kelly estate sale. Picked up a little garment, too.
Look, if you can't wear one color, wear them all.
You're making...
Picasso was a lounge singer. Yeah, I've got to paint, tell me now. Put your eye over here. Watch out, I'm back. Obviously, someone's sitting at home going, well, man, I'm flashing back.
See some guy out in Des Moines. Picasso is a lounge singer.
Hey, what's that mean?
What's that mean?
I'm not watching this anymore. Hey, you put that down there.
How you doing? It's always good.
I'm good. I've been watching the Supreme Court hearings. It's a little amazing. Mr. Thomas, your opinion of Roe versus Wade? I'd prefer to float. Okay, come on now. Come on, give us an opinion. Tell us something. They bring in all sorts of witnesses. He was a good boy. It's amazing they can't get real answers out of him. I mean, how do they get people? They have people who have no legal opinions, no written opinions. They basically, 4 short weeks ago, I was driving truck. Now I'm sitting on the highest court in the land. Thanks to the George Bush home study course, you two can be a Supreme Court justice.
Yeah, but you see what happens. You're right.
Yeah.
You're right. You see, the trick is to get confirmed is not to answer questions.
Yeah,
You see,
they should just make it a talent show. They should make it like, I'd like to start off with singing something. Rulings, nothing more than rulings. And now for the swimsuit competition. How do they wear a robe? Fabulous. Mr. Rehnquist, take the hood off the robe. Greg. Okay. Down, it's a basic thing because it comes down to your right to life, people. You've got your right to life, people. Don't you want to go up to them one time and just go, pardon me, you right to life? Yes, I am. Well, here's your very own crack baby.
take care of this one for 40 years, shall we?
Well, maybe not anymore. But, this is interesting times because...
Well, you see what happened? Bork answered their questions.
Oh, Bork.
He answered their questions.
He looked like Burl Ives' kid.
Does he, though?
He looked like he was basically going, I answered them all. Like he had 2 6s and a 5 or something. He looked like somebody who's got the robes, put the robes on, going, yeah, worship me. Worship me, don't be afraid. But it looks like they're writing the Constitution on an Etch-a-Sketch, like, amendments? We don't need no stinking amendments.
I got to show you a note.
Please don't go now, eh? I laugh in your face. And Oliver North, he came through again. They basically asked him a few questions, and he went, nope. And you think Gordon Liddy's sitting at home going, damn, if I only had a uniform.
I'd get him.
Wow. And if he did do time, if he ever went away, he'd go away to some designer prison, some club fed, It's all of a sudden the lights dim. Leona's getting electrolysis. Watch out! You call this quiche, Warden? This is al dente!
And now we may go back. Now we got, so Hussein is up again. Now we may be back there.
That's true. They always find out strange things. As they wander through looking for nuclear weapons, they always seem to find some things made in Germany. What a funny thing, and they ask them, excuse me, did you sell these? No, it was just some stuff we had lying around, And if you if you buy the nerve gas, we'll also throw in the bunker. And communism is basically, you know, the Iron Curtain's a drape. It's all over there. I mean, Gorbachev, you know, it's strange if you call certain members of the cabinet now. Hello, I'm in right now, but wait for the sound of the gunshot. So that basically just leaves Castro.
Yeah, and Yeltsin yesterday said he had a cold or something.
I know, that's really scary.
Isn't that scary?
Yeah. Oh, my heart! I'm kidding. Do you love me? So it's pretty much over. I guess it's like having an Amway franchise if you're a Communist Party. It's like, oh, well, okay, here we go. And there's Castro sitting there. I look at Castro sometimes and I go, he's maybe not what he seems. Because, you know, he sits up there going, people, I tell you now, we are going to have a still Communist Party here in Cuba. Okay, thank you very much. I know you love me. He goes backstage, takes off the hat. There's a yarmulke. He's going, I can't keep that up.
What a country.
I asked them to book me in Miami. I got booked in Guantanamo. So it's me, Fidel. Listen, how are the Yankees? I want to join. Not a bad thing, but...
Oh, God, you're crazy. You're
Well, it's
crazy.
good to be back,
We're going to take a break, and then we're going to come back, and maybe you'll do something. Stay where you are. We're coming right back. We're back with Robin Williams. Later on, Johnny Winters will join us. Why, are we coming to conclude? No. You're doing a picture. We'll talk about the Fisher King in a moment, but you started something today, didn't you?
Yes, I'm just finishing up Hook, which is...
You're doing Captain Hook? On
No, well, thank you. Those are the psychic people who've seen it already. I'm Gene Dixon. I give it a thumb up. I have like one last day and then I'm done. It's wonderful.
It's Peter Pan.
I get to play Peter Pan. But I also get to play him he's old. He grew up and then he has to come back and be Peter Pan. The wonderful thing is when you get to fly. The painful thing is getting to fly because it's that lovely lift and separate rig, you know? It's that... Oh, now I know why I know why Mary Martin played it. You're like, I'm flying! Yeah. You know why Harry Reams is not playing Peter Pan. Oh, I see his happy thought. It's really fun.
It must be. It's like a fantasy.
Oh, big time.
Yeah.
I mean, I think what would be nice is it's a wonderful and amazing...
And you play Peter Pan.
I do.
And you go out and do you believe? You've been all?
Well, yeah, kind of like that. And
you did a short spot, a cameo, I guess, in Kenneth Branagh's film.
Dead Again.
You're Dead Again.
Yes.
Yeah. Just a small little... Yeah. You're a Shakespeare fan, obviously.
Big time. It's wonderderful. I mean, I saw Henry V. And it is always amazing to work with someone who talks like this.
You seen?
But then when he doesn't talk like that, you're going, oh, my God. He's not that way all the time.
You know what I saw yesterday on cable? They had their Hamlet with Nicole Williamson and Anthony Hopkins. And it's marvelous. But you studied with...
Houseman. I mean,
yeah.
Actually, you know, we were like this. I mean, but... I did study at Juilliard, you know. It's strange.
You ever done Shakespeare? Do you have to do that when you were studying it?
I did do Shakespeare. Yeah, we did Romeo and Juliet. It's because you get trained to be a classical actor. So good to be trained to be a classical actor and eventually end up selling some light beer. It has less filling, but a giant head. Drink it and yet not know the reason the film makes you crazy. I mean, you think about great Shakespearean actors, they're amazing.
Yeah.
But you'd think about, and sometimes if you ever watch an X-rated movie, not that I do, but it'd be amazing just think if they could get maybe one of those actors to act in one of those, you know? Usually it's some really bad actress. Oh, you incredible stallion, let's go. Yeah. Forsooth. But wouldn't it be amazing if you had someone like this? Oh, I will mount you and ride you till the dawn. The Red Seas and your joy shall cry till then I know not this. But yea, O flaccid member, thou art not mine.
Is it consummation to only to be wished?
Oh, to be wished and yet not this. Oh, would this hand melt before me and yet know itself? Speak not, O friend.
All right.
Oh, ghost of puberty past. I am him Harry and know not why.
Didn't I see you one night doing Stallone doing Hamlet?
Oh, yeah.
What?
You can think of Stallone doing Hamlet.
Schwarzenegger, any of those
Yeah,
guys.
Arnold would be great, you know.
What?
One of the few Hamlets where he gets to have an Uzi. You know?
Well,
At the end, basically like this, fort and brass. So much for the fight, huh? Basically that way. You know, it'd be nice to have a big Hamlet.
What was to be or not to be? Stallone doing the
Yes,
soliloquy?
Stallone was basically to be. Yo. You know, you do like a Brooklyn Hamlet. Yo, is that a ghost or yo, Vinny? This really vexes me. Don't get any further on and on. You know what I'm saying? Yo, hither. To be, vex me thus. Hey, wait, you know, or you could have like the Venice, California Shakespeare Festival. We're doing, instead of Hamlet, we're just calling it Bob.
Bob and Lyle.
Bob and Lyle. Instead of two dudes, it's just two dudes from Venice, you know? Wow, it'd be you know, it's not necessarily that we have to do rhyming. We just kind of speak and feel good.
Yeah. Let it whatever comes naturally.
Right, you know?
Sure.
We could have done like Lincoln's Gettysburg Addresses like a while ago. Some people got bummed and then we let them go.
That's right.
That's true.
Now, The Fisher King.
Yes, sir.
Great reviews. Terry Gilliam, right?
Yes, sir.
Who directed this, and I read some reviews today. He said you were absolutely sensational.
It was
Brilliant.
amazing to do because it's about someone who's not well.
Yeah, you play a man where you can just run wild, right?
Right, he who has
Harry, is that his
hallucinations. He
name?
sees, it's kind of like Don Quixote in Manhattan. He has visions of red knights and rescuing maidens and the whole thing. And he's looking for the Holy Grail on the Upper East Side, which is so amazing because normally all you can find is a good case of unborn pears. You know, it's just looking out there. We went the other day and tried to have some mesquite fish, and damn, they weren't open. You know, so sad. But it was amazing to shoot in New York because in these hallucination scenes, I'm running down New York streets, fleeing from this giant red knight who has flame coming out of his head and flame coming out of the horse. And as I'm running, I'm screaming because I'm having this nervous breakdown. I finish, I'm over in the corner going, and some wino walks up and went, "That's some really good work."
That's really good.
I've seen that stuff, man. It's a little bigger normally, but you're in the groove. Now, do you mind if I urinate on you?
If somebody told you tomorrow, Robin, you can go out, work in clubs, stand up, do your kind of comedy, or you can be a straight dramatic actor, and you had to make a choice, what would you do?
I'd say, can I do both?
And they said, no, you couldn't do it. It's just just
really?
one of those feelings, you know.
One of those things if you had to go one way or the other?
That's right.
Oh, don't do that.
I just wondered.
One of those things we have
I
to
asked
choose.
Jack Benny once, I said, if you could have been a great comedian, like you are, or played the violin, or been a concert hall, he said, I'd rather be a concert hall violinist.
Really?
Yeah, than a great comedian.
Wow. Because the comedy is obviously, for me, it's so much cheaper than therapy.
That's true. You get it all out.
You can't do what we just did a few minutes ago and have on the street because people go, you have to leave now.
That's right.
But I would love to keep doing roles like this with
Yeah,
people
you
like
should.
that because they're so, to keep exploring, like with Awakenings, with this.
You'll find all new things, don't you?
Yeah, you really can explore the...
Well, we're going to bring another patient out in just a moment.
Oh, yeah.
Friend of yours, friend of mine for a long time, so stay where you are. We're back. Now, family. How long ago? When you were doing Mork and Mindy, how long ago? Was that 10 or 12 years?
About 10.
And Jonathan came on and did how many episodes with you?
Oh, it was about 20 of them.
Some of the funniest
It
episodes
was
ever
amazing.
done on television.
We used to
were-
run out of film. It was like kind of like those war movies where the machine gun goes, there's no more ammo!
Yeah, he's been a friend of yours, friend of mine for many years.
We would scare people. It was
He's